If Donald Trump were accused of murder, say caught red-handed, would America see a courtroom circus like the O.J. Simpson trial all over again? Or would things play out even crazier in today's hyper-polarized world? Trump is already a convicted felon. He's already been found liable for fraud and sexual abuse. The system has tried to hold him accountable. And yet, millions still back him. If he were actually charged with murder, would they still defend him? Would the jury let him walk just like OJ? Let's start with the obvious. O.J. Simpson was charged with murder, a brutal, violent crime. The trial turned into a media spectacle where race, police misconduct, and celebrity worship overshadowed the actual case. Now let's talk Trump. He hasn't murdered anyone yet, but his legal record isn't exactly clean. Convicted felon in the hush money trial, 34 felony counts for falsifying business records to cover up a scandal before the 2016 election. Held liable for sexual abuse, found guilty in a civil trial for sexually assaulting journalist E. Jean Carroll. Massive fraud case. A judge ruled he committed fraud by inflating his net worth to scam banks. Obstruction of justice, investigated for interfering in elections and mishandling classified documents. Here's where it gets interesting. If Trump were accused of murder, he wouldn't just rely on lawyers. He'd rely on his base. Just like OJ's case wasn't just about murder, Trump's wouldn't be just about justice. It would be about power, politics, and loyalty. OJ had fans who loved him. Trump has an entire movement behind him. OJ played on racial injustice. Trump plays on witch hunts and deep state conspiracies. If Trump's jury just had one die-hard MAGA believer, that could mean a hung jury or even an acquittal. Every single network would turn it into the biggest trial of all time. Trump's people believe any case against him is fake. Even if there were video proof, they'd say it was AI, a setup, or the deep state trying to take him down. Let's say Trump was convicted for murder. Do you think MAGA world would just sit back and accept it? Or would we see riots worse than January 6th? And what if he walked free? Would the left explode in rage, calling it proof that rich, white, powerful men are untouchable? No matter what happens, the country splits apart even more. Let's go one step further. What if Trump were convicted and still ran for president? Yes, a third term. Legally he can. A criminal record doesn't bar someone from running for president. And for a guy that seems to have a hard time following the law, I don't think term limits matter to him either. So imagine this nightmare scenario. Trump convicted behind bars. MAGA supporters demand his release, saying the justice system is corrupt. Some states ban his name from ballots. Supreme Court gets involved. America explodes in unrest. It's not just about Trump anymore. It's about whether the law even applies to the rich and powerful. And if it doesn't, is democracy already dead? O.J. Simpson walked free despite overwhelming evidence. Trump has already dodged consequences for some of his worst crimes. If Trump did commit murder, would the system really be able to hold him accountable? Or are you already living in a country where justice isn't about truth, it's about who you are and how much power you have? If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, and consider subscribing.